Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Here in Greenville County, we have 8 different places where a 911 call can be answered.
It is the largest county in South Carolina. It's a challenge.
The type of information that a telecommunicator gets from Radius Plus is location-based technology. You can see where the caller is, if they have a medical issue, if they speak a different language. They're immediately able to text to that caller in their native language. It reduces response times because it immediately gets first responders where they need to be.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Hey, what is going on? Once again, this is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started here with the Open Mic Live. It is Saturday, February 19th. Usually we are doing this on a Thursday, but I was out of town this past week, and holy shit, do I have a story for you. You know, something always happens, right, when I'm traveling and stuff, so something fun happened yesterday, and I wanted to tell you about it. I had been posting a little bit about what was going on during the time, so I'll get to that story here in just a little bit. But as always, for Open Mic Live, this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy and Carbine, and a huge shout out to patrons as always for everything, and for all of you who were here watching, listening, supporting, sharing, and everything. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. So it's pretty damn cold outside. It's a lot different from where I was this past week. I was in Florida. It was way nicer than it is over here, but yeah, it's all right. It's okay. We're back, and hopefully, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Like we do all the time, though, an open mic. What are your numbers? How are you feeling this evening? Usually we're checking in on a Thursday, but it is Saturday. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty and 10 being awesome, how are you feeling? I'm going to be honest. I'm not that high of a number, but I'm sure that once we get through all of this, I'll be way up there. So we're gonna get started here. I see some folks jumping in already. Also, roll call. Where are you watching from? Where are you at? If this is your first time on Open Mic Live, please throw that in the comments. I always like to know when there's some new folks there. And let's see, we've got Tim up in here. We've got G. G. David. We've got Carly. What is going on? Rebecca. Good evening. Carly's at an 8. Tim is at a 7 out of Illinois. So this is good. We've got some high numbers already. Awesome. Well, maybe I'll feed off of all of you, and my number will go up as well. Because otherwise, I'm just kind of blah. But either way, we're going to jump into this. We've got episode 426, and that went out recently. That was an excellent episode. Make sure to check that out. That one was with Veronica Neal of Virtual Academy. And actually, let me see here if I want to make sure I have this, and maybe I don't, because I know I switched some things over. And yes, I switched some things over, so I don't have that teaser here. But what I do want to let you know, though, is that episode. Make sure to check it out. It was excellent to have her on and be sharing her story, how she got into public safety to begin with, and just everything that she's been through. At one point in, I believe, 2018, there were these 20 days of terror where there was a person who was a serial bomber in Austin, Texas, and she details what it was like during that time, and how every time somebody would get a package, they would get that package and think, is this part of what's going on with this person? And it's just, I won't go any further. It's an episode you have to check out. So again, that is episode 426, and then episode 427 with Melanie Neal. No relation there or anything, as far as I know. No relation. They are up in there, and her episode is an excellent one as well. It's one that you don't want to miss. That one is going to be coming out this coming Wednesday, which I believe is the 23rd. The audio should go out the 22nd. And then at the beginning of this coming week, I've got episode after episode after episode that I'm recording, and just a lot that's going on, and I'm digging it. It's really good, and to be here with all of you, it just makes it that much better. So thank you all for being here. Zach, what is going on? Thank you. Thank you for digging the hat. Pre-order for the general public is going to be going up there pretty soon here, so make sure to look out for that. Dawn up in this piece. Looks like, I was just going to say, it looks like you're out of Facebook jail again. That's good. That is excellent. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, headed to bed soon. Okay. Well, welcome back either way. And then Jeremy, what is going on, man? Happy Saturday. And then let's see, we've got Myth here, who is saying, I just wanted to say hi and that I miss you all incredibly. Been going through a lot and find myself disappearing from almost everything. Well, shout out to you, and we are always here if you want to jump in and just listen and laugh and just everything. So we are here. G up in this piece from the ATL. So the ATL is where some of the shit happened to me yesterday. Yes. We'll see if you stick around for that one. Zach saying he'll be definitely watching out for that. Yes, I've got the gray hats, but I also have them in black as well. So I've got that too. And then oh shit, yes, oh shit, for real, man. Yeah. No. It wasn't. Well, you'll see. It it'll be funny. And so Don says, "Hey, are you going to Navigator in April in Nashville?" I will be there. Yes, I will be there along with some friends, and it is going to be it's going to be a good time. So make sure to look out for that. And hey, what is going on, Paul? Oh, my homeboy Paul Anile is up in this piece. He and I have known each other for years. We grew up together. What's going on, man? That is awesome. Yes, thank you. I dig it. And Dawn, yes, we're gonna have to check it out. It's gonna be a good time. We'll be there. So I did put out an image, so make sure to look out for that. Again, it's an image of the new media partner sponsor that's going to be coming up. This announcement's going to be coming up next week sometime. So make sure to look out for that. That is going to be a good one. And so much awesome stuff is going to be coming from that as well. So make sure to look out for that. So Before I get into the story, and also if you have any funny 911 stories, funny 911 incidents, any shit like that, make sure to throw them there. Throw them in the comments, right up into the comments right there, and I will read those stories, and we'll have a good time and we'll laugh. But I want to ask you, and I want to ask this because I saw this. I was just skimming through Facebook, and I happened to pass a post that where someone was talking about they were on the radio and they almost died or something because they were choking on food. Maybe it was. I didn't read it. I just skimmed through it really fast, but I thought it was funny. So I'm not even sure what page it was. It might have been like the nocturnal. I can't even say the word nocturnals. Nocturnal dispatch page, the private group. Someone had posted something that they did, and I thought it was funny. So shout out to that person and shout out to nocturnal dispatchers to that page. I said at that time, and for that post, I want to make sure that the credit goes out there because it wasn't something that came to me. I skimmed by it, so I want to make sure to throw that out there. But have you ever had that happen to you? Where and it doesn't have to be just in dispatch, because there's a lot of people who watch this who are not in public safety, just at work. Have you had a time when you're at work and you're like eating something, and maybe you're working on the line, or you're talking to someone about whatever that's going on, and you just start choking on your food? But especially in dispatch, a lot of times when we're on the phone, okay, when we're on the phone, um, we don't have a lot of time to eat and everything. So there's a lot of different shit that's going on. And sometimes we're sitting there with our plate just trying to eat as fast as possible because we want that food to stay warm. Because there are some times in dispatch, right, where you get a moment to run to the break room to warm up your food, and then it goes to hell, and you got to run back, take more calls, and then run back and reheat your food because that shit's gone cold. By the time you get to eat it, you've nuked it so many times that the food has probably come to life, and you pull it out of the microwave. You're like, "Hey, what's going on?" You're like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Oh man, it came to life," because it's just got that much radiation and fucking mutated or something. But when you do end up getting a moment, and Carly here says warm food, what's that exactly? Right? It's always cold. It always ends up being cold. Sometimes you'll get a chance. Sometime you'll get a chance, and you're able to eat it. And so Dawn says Subway, Jersey Mike's. Okay, so yeah, if you have a cold sub, it's supposed to be cold, then yeah, of course, then that's fine. But there are some times when you are when you're eating and you've got a big old chunk of food in your mouth, and the phone rings and nobody else can get it, so it's all you, and you have not chewed it enough, where you have to answer the phone, so you're just to the side. You're like in squirrel mode. You're just holding it there while you're talking to the person, and you know that they can hear you. And the worst part too is because you're talking, you're like, "Yes, ma'am, we're gonna make sure to get," and you have to do that because you've got so much food that's packed there, right? That you start kind of drooling a little bit, so you got to like suck it in, and your caller's probably like, I'm sorry, sir, are you okay? Yes. Hold on, just one second. And I had a time where I was holding food, and I think it was like steak or something, and I was holding food in my cheek, and I'm talking on the phone, and I start to drool, and I do the, I'm trying to suck it in and everything, and I told them that I had to put them on hold really quick, because I had another call coming in. Straight up lie. I'll admit it. It was a lie because I didn't want to choke on my food. So, and it wasn't something that was, I had the moment to put them on hold. It was a call that it was fine for me to put them on hold for a split second so that I could get the trash can and just spit it out. And and you're able to do this, okay? So you're able to do this in a way that you've done it. You can multitask, okay? You can multitask. So you've got your headset, you got your hand on your finger over by the mute button, and you're like, I'm gonna put you on hold for just one moment. So really, you're not putting them on hold. You're just hitting the mute. So to them, it seems like they're on hold, but you can hear everything that's going on just in case something changes. And with this hand, the open one, you grab the trash can, put the can down, hit the button. Okay, anything changed? Which I know nothing has changed because I've been listening to the whole call the whole time. They just, didn't hear me hawking out my steak. However, I'm sure there has been someone who has tried to do something similar and they thought they hit the mute button for the microphone and they didn't. And the caller probably heard them spitting everything out and being like, God damn it. Like, I'm not going to get to eat. And the person's probably like, I'm sorry, you're not going to get to eat what? And you're like, oh, what? Oh, nothing. That was some traffic that was over on the other side. So how's everything going? Oh man. You learn how to navigate certain conversations when shit like that is going on, especially on a 911 call and you're dealing with food and shit, okay? Cuz you don't want to choke. You don't want to be the one who dies on the phone or on the radio. Oh man, it's so funny. Okay, I want to look back here into the comments really quick. So Rebecca here says, yes, I had a choking episode at work, started slamming uh the desk and scared my coworkers. I could not talk or anything. Were you well, obviously you were okay. Oh wait, worst part is I was not eating. It's just something that happens to me occasionally. Oh, hold on. There are more comments in here, but wait a minute, Rebecca. We have to let's back up a minute. Hold on. Time out. So you were just like breathing? or or was it one of those episodes, and I know everyone has had this happen to them where you're just every so often, your spit builds up in your mouth, right? And you do it so often you don't realize that you're doing it because you're swallowing the saliva that is building up in your mouth, right? However, sometimes you forget to actually swallow it on your own and it starts to go down by itself and you're like, ah. So tell me, Rebecca, is that what you mean? Were you choking on like spit? and and I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I laugh because I'm the same way. Okay, so she says it's connected to my asthma and I get this bubble, but sometimes it's worse and I can't clear it. I know exactly what you're talking about because I have asthma as well. My asthma isn't like really bad or anything, but sometimes like yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I get that and you're trying to then you start choking and people are like, "Are you all right?" And now it's worse, right? It's now worse because of COVID and everything else. Um you start choking or coughing, everyone's like, "Ah! Ah!" Like, "Stay away." And you're like, "No, help me." Like, I'm not sick. I have to buy a shirt or put on my hat and say, "It's just asthma." Oh, man. Yeah, something like that. I that is craziness. Let's see, Carly let me go back up here. Carly says, "Sandwiches sitting on the console so long, the lunch meat spoils and walks off your desk." Okay, let's imagine that for a moment. you're on the phone and you keep looking down at your sandwich, and you're like, you're looking at it, you want that sandwich so bad that you're like putting life into that sandwich. And yes, it's been there so long, yeah, it spoils and everything. It's funny to me because I can imagine me sitting there being on the phone and the sandwich just like getting up like the fucking Undertaker and is like, fuck you, dude, you're not gonna eat me. I'm a good sandwich, man. Deuces, I'm out. And you put the phone on hold. You're like, no, we're still cool. Like I do want you. I just the sandwich is like, hell no, and just like jumps into the stupid trash can. Oh man, that's funny shit. See, my sandwich would probably moonwalk. Mine would moonwalk off, spin around, and then throw up a middle finger at me and then leave. Let's see. Don here says, I've never choked on the food, but I have blatantly talked on the radio with my mouth full, so them radio pirates would know their dinner was fixing to be interrupted if they didn't knock it off for 10 minutes. That's one way to do it. Oh man, that is great. Let's see. James says, laughing causes my partner issues to the point of almost vomiting. Wait, what? For real? Let's see. James says, I'll throw myself out. Yeah. It also says, or like the cheeseburgers in the movie Better Off Dead. Yes, the cheeseburger. Oh my God. That is such a good scene. If you've not watched Better Off Dead with John Cusack and a bunch of other actors, you need to, because that scene alone is amazing. It is really good. Lauren is up in this piece. Hello, my sweet friend. Hello. What is going on, girl? Welcome. What is your number? How are you feeling? Let's see. She says, wait, sandwiches? What did I miss? So we're talking about if you have if you have ever had a time where you were in dispatch, you were on the phone, on the radio, or anything like that, and you were in the middle of eating a snack, lunch, dinner, whatever, and you start choking on your food, or even just your spit. You start choking on your spit. Or have you ever had a time where you're talking with someone and you're talking fast, right? Because that's what we do when we're on 911. We're talking fast, we're asking questions, we're getting all the information that we need, and we're typing like crazy, right? But have you ever had a time when you're doing all of this and you're being firm, you're being assertive, you're going through your line of questioning, and then you bite your fucking lip? Have you had one of those moments? I remember going through that. I had that happen once where I'm talking and I don't know how, but I somehow bit my lip and I'm like, oh. And the person's like, are you still there? And I'm like, yes. Like, yes, I am still here. And also my lip hurts right now because I just bit the shit out of it. No, I didn't say that to them. I wanted to be like, yeah, I'm in pain. But you don't say shit like that. Let's see. James says here, yeah, laughing too hard, she starts to cough almost to the point of vomiting. So let me ask you a question. Has there been a time where you've been in the center and you say something and she's laughing and someone keys up on the radio? Someone keys up on the radio and they hear that person in the background going, uh. The reason I ask, man, is because what is the response? Like, if that has happened, what is the response from them? because they're keying up and like the officer keys up and says something to the effect of Central, I'll be out at such and such address, I'll be 10-5, and then the person on the radio keys up and says, 10-4, are you sure you don't need any status checks? But as the person is talking, they hear the dry heaving in the background. They probably wouldn't say, well, some of them, right? Some of them might say something over the radio, but others might send a message over their laptop over the MCT and be like, "Are you guys all right? Like, what the hell is going on over there?" I've had it happen before. It's so funny. Let's see. Lauren here says, "Yep, they have cameras in the field. First bite. Bravo is 1080. Man, screw you. I got a mouthful of fired Cheetos, you asshat." Oh man, that is great. Let's see. Myth here says, I did take a 911 last week and dispatched it with the worst hiccups. How did that go? Like, do you have the audio for that? That would be amazing to hear. Be like, Elegant Central, be en route to. And then Central, can you repeat that? Because you know that you've struggled for the entire traffic of that dispatch with hiccups. And there's one asshole who is going to key up on the radio and say, Central, can you repeat that? And then you have to repeat that bitch all over again. 10-4. Being right to dude, that would that would be some shit. I might end up saying over the radio negative or have someone else do it. Um let's see. Zach says, officer, dispatch, do you need medics? And let's see, Lauren says, I start heaving when a caller is vomiting on the phone. Or what? When they start asking me if I'm okay, I would be better if you stop throwing up inside my ear. Let's see. And she goes on to say, man, my hiccups sound like a triple X movie. It's freaking awful. And causes all of dispatch to laugh while hot mic'd. It myth says me too. Oh my God. Okay. Seriously, if you have the audio, hook me up with it, because if it sounds like that, then I'm going to create some music to put in the background of this traffic. And the music will just be like, ooh, oots, oot, oots, ooh, oots, oot, oots. And just the hiccups going over the radio. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Please hook me up with that, because that would be some funny shit. It would be so good. Yeah, I as far as I can remember, when I was in dispatch, I never had anyone um vomit on the phone with me. And you know what? Maybe it's one that I buried and I just don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I never had that happen. But I worked with a few folks who did have that happen. And for me, the only thing that I remember is someone dropping it like it's hot and someone peeing. And always I it was I never knew that it was, about to happen. They're like, "Can I just put the phone down really quick?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, go ahead. Just stay separated from, from your partner and all." And officers are on the way, and then so he's like, "Wait, what's that hissing?" But it would be somebody peeing, man. It's like they just start peeing, and you're like, okay, do what you got to do. I'm on overtime. I'm getting paid. Drop it like it's hot. Wobbledy, 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 wobbledy. Oh, shit. Devine says, good old sneezing attacks on 911 calls, like at least 3 in a row. And the callers usually are like, are you okay? Bless you. I got to put that on the screen. Oh, those are the best, right? Because, excuse me, because that is another thing where you don't know when that's going to happen. Because sometimes your sneezes just come out of nowhere. Other times you're like, so for me, when I would be on the phone and I would feel a sneeze coming on, I would start going like this, like messing with my nose, pressing on it just a little bit to try to make the sneeze go away. How many of you have done that when you're on a 911 call or you're even talking over the radio? Not that it's, you're on the radio talking for a long, long time, but I remember being on the radio once dispatching out a call and having to do that. And I'm sure while I was talking, and let's see, Allegan Central, be en route to, and see, just doing that like that, you can tell I'm having some sort of an issue. And I'm sure the officers were like, what the hell is this problem? Like, what is going on? Because as I'm talking and I'm like moving around, you can hear like my voice is like fluctuating and everything. But that would happen. Now, the crap thing though is that if I try to make it so that I don't sneeze, if I'm trying to stop from sneezing, and when I've been in presentations, when I've been doing sessions and stuff, and I'm up there, whether it be a keynote, closing, imagine listening session, whatever, and I start doing that, as soon as I'm done with the session and I leave, when the sneeze finally comes out, I sneeze like 20 times. Like, I shit you not. It's just constant over and over and over until I'm finally done sneezing. And it just sucks balls. It sucks so bad. All right, let me go back into the comments here. See, Devine says, love the newbies on those kind of calls. And then Myth says, it almost sounds like a donkey when they are deep. Again, if you have audio of that, please hook it up. Zach says, or when you get that accidental yawn during a call and you try to hide it with a cough. Okay. Whew. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me before, but I can see that happening, and how hilarious. It's like those videos where you see someone who's on a treadmill, right? And they see someone walk by that they're just checking out, and they fall, and when they land on the floor, the person turns around to look at them and they're like doing push-ups, and trying to mask what just happened. Well, this is the same way. Can you imagine talking on a 911 call, and just talking about it makes me want to yawn. um and if I trigger that for you as well, I apologize. But you're on the phone with someone, and you just yawn out of nowhere, whether it be you talking and you yawn, or it's someone talking to you, the caller's talking to you, and you yawn out of nowhere. They're probably like, okay, I'm sorry. I have an emergency here, yet it sounds like you're falling asleep. Like, what is going on? And you're like, oh no, ah. Like, I'm sorry. Or what if you do that over the radio? You're like, Elegant Central to all stations units, be advised, we've got a pursuit coming on US 131 going northbound from Kalamazoo County, coming into our county here shortly. The caller advised that the vehicle is going to be like, this is some high priority BOL shit that you're putting out, right? And you yawn, And the officers are probably like, this fucking guy. Like, get some sleep, bitch. Oh, man. See, Lauren here says, 6 years in and nothing changed. I can't handle my kid heaving. Oh, man. Carly says, the worst is hearing the splatter. Oh, God. Oh, oh, I didn't even think about that. It's just all like. Oh, man. That is funny. Sorry, I had to throw in the sound effect there because it makes it more fun. Lauren says, yes, it's 4 a.m. and you're drunk. I'm tired and you're stupid. I'm yawning because this is my life. It's my life. I just want to live forever. Oh, man, this is great. Ah, this is good. I'm gonna say right now. So we're 36 minutes in. I would say I was like at a 2. I am now at a 10. I am all the way up there. So thank you, all of you, for being here. This has been good. Um, so I want you to continue, throwing some info in there. But the story I want to tell you about, it might lead us all the way into the very end here, for this open mic. But again, it's all about the humor, laughing with all of you, because this is what we do for Open Mic Live. We talk about the lighter side of dispatch, the funnier stories, because laughing is good medicine, and we're here together, forgetting about what's going on in the world, all that bullshit that's going on out there, and just being here together in support of each other, finding some way to heal and some comfort in everything that's going on. So my dude, when you don't want those Nikes, let me know. So let me see if I can snag them here really quick. So these Nikes they're pretty badass. And see, Myth says 1 to 6. Didn't realize how much you affect me. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I'm glad you're up there. You're up at a 6. Yes. Well, hopefully this last story will get you even further up there. So let me tell you, but really quick. So these are the Jordans that I was wearing yesterday. Okay. And no, they're not paying me to say any of this. I dig these shoes. But they're Velcro, man, and zipper. So look at this. You just slip these babies on, man, and you're good to go. And then back. Very nice. I like them. Okay. So I'm glad that I was wearing these shoes yesterday, okay? Because I definitely needed them. So here we go with this closing story. And again, if you have anything, if you have any input or any similar stories or anything that have happened to you, please throw them in the comments, because I want to see, if anybody else has gone through this. I'm sure you have. Okay, so let me tell you. So yesterday, I'm getting ready to leave Florida to come back. I was going to be flying into Indianapolis, and I always fly out of Detroit. And the reason that I fly out of Detroit is because it's nonstop flight every single time. If I fly out of Fort Wayne or out of Indianapolis, I always have to make a connecting flight in Hotlanta, GA, which is fine. But a lot of times I've got this much time to get from one side all the way to the other. Okay. Whew. So this time my family was actually going to be flying back. Now they were on a different airline and they were going out at a different time. But we were going to the same destination. We're both going to Indy. and we were going to be driving back to my place. We were driving back together. Okay. And so I get there, and I was there early, so I went and I hit up one of the spots, just hanging out, and I thought, around like 5:30 or so, I'll go get some dinner or something. And right by um my gate is an Outback Steakhouse. Okay, but this is an airport Outback Steakhouse. Now there was another place there that was called like Bahama something. I should have gone there. I should have gone there. That was my first choice, and I thought, a steak sounds kind of good. I'm gonna go over there instead. Okay, now remember this. Okay, a lot of times your gut feeling is the right feeling, right? It's that first one, and that's what I should have fucking done, but I didn't because I'm a dumbass, and I like things to be difficult sometimes. So I go to the Outback. Okay. Yes, Bahama Breeze. Yes, you're right. Yes, you are correct. Bahama Breeze. I don't know if it's good. It looked good. I should have gone there, and next time I will go there, and I'll report back. Okay. So I go to the Outback, and I get in there. Okay. I sit down, and the gentleman walks up, and he goes, "What can I get you?" I already knew what I wanted, and so I got a steak, and I got it medium rare, and I got a side salad, Caesar salad. Okay. And I'm chilling there, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And I get my food, and I go to cut in. Now, because of COVID's bitch ass, and yes, I said that, COVID's bitch ass, you don't get regular silverware. It's all plasticware. So, how the hell are you supposed to eat your fucking steak with a plastic fork and knife? The salad, easy enough. The steak, remember, medium rare is what I asked for. That bitch was more like blue rare. It was not the greatest. So when I start cutting into the steak, it's like it reminded me of the sound when I had some I had a real bad infection in one of my teeth, in one of my molars, and they had to take a scalpel to the inside of my mouth for that infection. And I remember that sound, and that's what it sounded like when they were cutting into my mouth. That's what it sounded like when I was trying to cut into that steak. And that steak was nasty, man. It was not good. So it already had started out bad. So I ate maybe 4 pieces of it, and I was like, "Nah, son, I'm not gonna eat this." I had a little bit of that salad. The lettuce was warm and everything. I was like, "Ugh." It was not good at all. Not good. I paid for that shit anyway, and, I even left the person a tip, a good tip too, because the person was really nice. It wasn't their fault. It was just, what was going on in the back, and I was like, "I'm not gonna send it back. It's fine. I'll just get something to snack on later or whatever." So, as I'm getting towards the end of dinner, I get a notification from the airline saying that my flight is delayed. I'm like, "Oh, fuck." And remember, my mom and my sisters and, my brother-in-law were gonna be flying into Indy, and they were going to land around 11:50, and I was gonna land around 00:30. Well, because of the delay, like, theirs got delayed too, so we were gonna be actually landing almost at the same time. But what I was freaking out about was, am I gonna make my connecting flight? So, I end up going to the gate, and everybody's waiting there, and they're saying, "If you've got a flight that's going out of Atlanta, if you go, from here or here, you're gonna be fine. You'll have time. You'll make it." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't have to freak out. because I was getting kind of nervous, my stomach was getting all kind of bubbly and poppy, and I was like, no, 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 no. We already took that pregame. We already took the pregame dump. We don't need to do another one. We don't need the nervous poops. So, so I'm waiting, and they say, for those who are flying on this and going into Atlanta, the gate has changed. The gate changed 3 times. People were pissed off. They were so mad. And I'm just standing there, just kind of biting my lip, like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. So our plane finally gets there. And the person who's at the desk, she goes, actually, before I heard this part, they had told us about the third gate change. And they said the reason for this gate change is because the plane that was coming in for you all is a completely different plane. There was some maintenance issues, malfunction on the other plane, and they switched it out completely. And I thought, oh, well, that's good because I've already been on a plane that was going down once. I don't want to do that again. So the plane pulls up, everybody, they deplane, they get people on there to start cleaning it, and I'm just looking at the time, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm not going to make it. And if we do make it there, I'm going to have about this much time to get to my connecting flight. And it was around that time also that I had taken a picture of those Jordans that I just showed all of you and said, I'm glad that I have these shoes on because my ass is going to have to run. So we finally get on the plane and we take off. And I swear it felt like we were going a bit faster than usual. And maybe that was just me thinking that because we were in a hurry. And we land. And as soon as we land, they're saying that, we are at, oh gosh, what was it? I forget what gate that we were at. I think we were at A or something, and I needed to go to B, which is just one over, right? Which is not that far. But when we landed, the time that it was, I was going to have about 12 minutes, maybe less, to get to my gate. So we're taxiing up to the gate, and I get a notification on my watch, and it says that my group is already boarding. I'm like, oh my God, hell no. And adrenaline is already going. And I'm listening, and I had posted that I was listening to the Chemical Brothers, and I was listening to this one specific album. And when we pull up there, everybody is standing up, and there's this lady who's across from me, and one row up, and I'm already standing up, and she goes, sir, is it okay if I go ahead of you? And I said, oh yeah, no, go ahead. And she goes, or are you running as well? And I said, oh no, I'm going to be running as well because they're already boarding for my flight and I'm going to have to run too. And she goes, okay, don't worry about it. You go ahead because you're going to run faster than I am. And I said, are you sure? Just go ahead of me. And she's like, no, you go ahead. I was like, okay. So we're waiting. And as soon as the door opens, the song Out of Control comes on. Now, if you've never heard the Chemical Brothers, you need to at least hear this one specific song so that you know exactly what it was that I was going through during this time. Because the song is literally that. It's like you're out of control. So let me read you some of the lyrics here, because this is what was playing as we are starting to get out of the plane, and people are already freaking out, not sure if they're going to make it to their connecting flight. So the lyrics here, it says, here it is. It says, and it always seems we're running out of time. We're out of control. Out of control. And it was so fitting because we start going out of the plane in that little tunnel part right there. It was like a fucking stampede. It was like Jumanji, dude. It was like Jumanji. because everyone is just boop, 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 just running, trying to go. And as soon as we get out, like there was people standing there, and you hear someone go, "Get out of the way!" And it was like fucking Moses was parting the Red Sea, man, because all these people split out, and all of us were "Rah!" Just hauling ass, running. And guess who passed me up? The little old lady who had told me that I was gonna run faster than her. Hell no, dude. She was like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog going by me. Just all I saw was a blue streak of lightning. I was like, "Oh, who was that?" And it was that little old lady. Just she was hauling so much ass. She had 7 minutes to get to the other side. I only had one gate to get to. Dude, it was freaking nuts. Now, here's another thing. As I'm running to get to the escalator to go down to where the freaking tram is to go to the next gate, I hear a little kid yelling and screaming, "Put me down! Put me down!" So it was amazing, man, because this couple picked up their little kid, and the kid's like, "Why are we running? Why are we running?" And I'm running and trying not to laugh, but also trying not to trip over my feet. And I'm like, "Jordans, don't fail me now, man. Number 23." And I hear them. I didn't turn around though, because I knew I was gonna start laughing. But that little kid just kept saying, "Put me down." I don't know why we're running to the next place. And they're like, "We gotta get to our gate. We gotta get to our gate, honey." And I felt so bad for the little kid, but it was hilarious. And everyone is like skipping steps on the escalator, and all I could see was someone falling. No one fell. But I get down there, and it's a minute wait for the tram to come back, and people are standing there, and it's like they're doing the pee dance because they're just moving. They're just moving and going and going and going. And I walked up and I was like, "Fuck that." I hauled ass running because it's not that far. It only takes but a minute to get from one gate to the other, unless, you stop in the middle there to admire all of the history and everything. If you've ever been to the Atlanta airport, don't take the tram. If you have enough time, walk through, because there's a lot of history and everything that they have there, a lot of cool stuff. But not this time. I was running like I just ate a burrito and chugged a Red Bull, and I was shitting my pants. That's how fast I was running, like that. That's what it was like. And I've got my backpack, and I'm just and there's other people who are running past me as well and stuff, and we're going, and I'm like, and I get to the escalator, and I look up, and oh my god, it's like Stairway to Heaven, dude. It was just going up there, and I'm pulling as I'm going up the steps, and I'm going and going, and the escalator next to me, this guy who was hauling ass running too, he got up to where this lady was, and she had her suitcase, and she's running to the next one as well. But her suitcase is so damn heavy, she's having a hard time lifting it up. Now, this is where we as humans, we will help each other out. If we, if it's there, we will help people out. And this dude, he grabbed her suitcase and lifted it, and she goes, "Oh my god, thank you so much." And they were both going together. Fucking teamwork, yo. They get to the top, I get to the top, and I'm looking and looking, and there it is, gate B18. I'm like, yes. And I get to the gate, and they are boarding the main cabin, and there are tons of people there still. And I had so much adrenaline going, so much running. Oh my god. Those Jordans had not seen anything like that before. They're like, "Oh shit, son, we're gonna run this. Let's do it." Oh, Lawrence, a serious question. How out of breath were you? It wasn't that bad. I was all right. And I have asthma and I was okay. But the thing was is that I was sweating. Like I was sweating balls, dude. It was hot. It was really hot though because I ended up I end up getting there. I was wearing this. Not all these clothes. I've changed and showered and everything since then. But I mean, I was wearing this zip up, and I had my hat on. I was wearing this zip up. I had my backpack on, so I was sweating balls. But because there were so many people left, and because my adrenaline was going so much, dude, I was, and because I was nervous, like I had to piss. I had to go pee. So I went to the bathroom really quick. Luckily, the bathroom was right across from the gate. I went to the bathroom really fast, came back, got in line, got on the plane, and I thought, "Thank you, Lord. I actually made it. Barely made it." But I sit down and I go to get on and I say to the guy, I was like, "Oh, I'm right there. I'm on the other side of the seat of you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, sure, go ahead." So he gets out, I get in, excuse me, and I sit down, and I'm just there chilling. Fuck, I made it. I made it. Yes, and all while I was wearing a mask. Yes, you're correct. All while I was wearing a mask. And because I was running and everything and breathing really hard and shit, like my throat was dry. Like I had cotton chops, yo. Cotton chops. And if you don't know what cotton chops are, sometimes people will say, I'm going to hit you in the chops, like I'm going to hit you in the mouth. So chops are your mouth, mouth, but cotton chops, just in case you didn't know. So yes, I was wearing a mask the whole time too, all throughout that. So my throat was, all dry, everything, cotton chops, straight up, and drinking water and stuff. But I'm sitting there because I'm sweating like a motherfucker, and all I can think is, oh my God, do I smell like beef? Like, what if this dude next to me is like, is that steak? Rare? And a worm salad? Oh, man. Oh, dude. He I turned the fan on right away because all I could think was, with all of that running and as hot as it is sometimes in the Atlanta airport, um it I probably stunk, man. Like my deodorant's like, nah, I'm sorry, we're out. Like if you would have added another layer of us, you would have been fine, bro. But you didn't. So so I'm sitting there and we take off, and I ended up getting to Indianapolis before my mom and my siblings and brother-in-law, and then they get there and they're like, "So how did it go for you?" I was like, "You will not even believe how all of this went down." Well, Lauren, I didn't even get on the tram because it wasn't there yet. All these other dumbasses were standing there waiting for it, and I can hear them. They're like, "I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I just need to get to B." Walk, run. It's right there. That minute that you're going to wait for the tram is how long it'll take for you to get from that spot to the gate that you need to be at. That's what I was like, hell no, I'm just going to run. And I did, and I ended up making it, man. Oh my God. I cannot tell you enough how many times I've had to shake and bake, whether it be in Atlanta, Charlotte, or Minneapolis. Those three are the ones where I have had to shimmy, shake and bake, and possibly throw people out of the way so I can get my ass. And I wouldn't throw anybody out of the way, but bobbing and weaving, going through, man, shake and bake, bitch, so I can get to my flight. No, I would not have gotten on the tram, man. It took me that amount of time to get where I needed to go because it was just A to B. That's all I had to do. If I had waited, I would have gotten on there and it would have just gone, and then I would have gotten off. Oh, man. Yes, Minneapolis once. I had 10 minutes to get from one side all the way to the other side. And I had a coworker with me. This is when I was still working for In Digital. And I was like, dude, as soon as we get off, our asses are going to have to run, man. And he goes, we'll make it. We'll make it. I was like, dude, we're going to have to run. So we get off and we're just running, and it is cold as fuck. And we were coming back from California. He didn't have a jacket or anything. So he fucking stopped at a store and got a sweatshirt. And he caught up to me and he's putting the sweatshirt on. And I'm like, dude, I cannot believe you did that. He goes, nah, we'll be all right. And that one we barely made too. Oh man. They make for such good stories though. It was so much fun. But dude, that lady, she straight up beat my ass. She ran right by me. Again, just streak. My face was all like plastered to the side because she was that fast. She was hauling. So, lady, I don't know your name, but if you ever see this, you are amazing. You're the hero. On top of that, the guy that I saw that was on the other side, he's the hero. He's the one who helped the other lady get her suitcase up, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, man. Let's see. Lauren says, it took you, what? It took you sweaty balls and one really stank face passenger next to you. Your stench is probably the story he's telling today. Right? Yes. That old man, he probably went to visit family today, and they're like, so how was your flight? How was your flight into Indy? Was it good? Let me tell you. There was this guy who showed up like at the last minute, sat next to me. I swear to you, smelled like beef. I'm not shitting you. Straight up beef. Like pop top canned beef that's got like that jelly. It smelled like beef. And for some reason, you could smell salad on him as well. A warm salad. Can you believe that? Stank ass beef and warm salad. Oh my God. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight and sharing your funny stories, the funny shit that happens in 901, but also joining in with me as I tell you about my flight back home yesterday, because that shit was crazy. That was so much fun. Oh man, it's so funny, man. My stomach hurts from laughing so much. Oh, hold on. G says stank ass beef and warm salad goes into the cloud. That's right. Oh man. Thank you all again for being here. This has been a lot of fun. I hope your numbers have gone up. Please throw your numbers in there. Like I said, I was at a very low number in the beginning, and I am right up there. I'm at a 10. I'm above a 10. This has been so much fun. I've missed all of you. I love being here with all of you. I love you guys. It's been so much fun. And thank you for the job that you do. If you are not in dispatch anymore, thank you for your time in dispatch. But once dispatch, always dispatch. So thank you for everything. This live broadcast is sponsored by In Digital, Rapid Deploy, as well as Carbine. And if you're a patron, there's a perk for patrons only where you get the audio from Open Mic Live as well as the DRT. And we've got more DRT episodes that are coming up. And again, it's just always so much fun to have you all here with me. And like laughing is good medicine. It's always a good time, and I always feel so much better, coming out of an open mic live episode with all of you. So thank you also so very much. If you have any comments, questions, or you want to be a guest on the show, you can email us, and that's going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/within the trenches podcast. And if you want to become a patron and help support us, you can check us out. And that is patreon.com/WTT podcast. Everything that comes from patrons and everything else, it helps pay for a lot of the things that I do. One of those is Crowdcast, and Crowdcast is the platform that I use for Dare to Be Great, Be the Difference, all of the virtual events that Within the Trenches Media has done. And recently, just this past week, Crowdcast reached out to me and others. I was on a list to be put on there for their private beta to test out Crowdcast 2.0. And I've already looked at some of it, and oh my Lord, it looks like it is going to be badass. And I'm going to be doing some testing sessions coming up pretty soon. So I hope to see you there, because it's going to make Dare to Be Great and a bunch of others so much better if I decide to do a Dare to Be Great. But all the other virtual events, it's going to make it even that much better. And I can't wait for all of you to see it. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And it's just going to be good. It's going to be excellent. This can be seen on Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. And then for Within the Trenches podcast, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. And Rebecca, maybe, you never know. Have a good one, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one.